Okay, welcome to my lecture. I am Akbar Lecturer in Mathematics, Rajaputra Model College. We are going to discuss Chapter 6, topic CONICS, class 12. At first time, you have to give the definition of coding. You have to give the definition of conic. What is conic? Conic is the locus of a point which moves in a plane so that the ratio of the distance from the fixed point and a fixed straight line is constant, which is called the conic. What is fixed point? Let us now discuss this. This is the fixed straight line. This is fixed straight line. This is the fixed point, which is denoted by S. Fixed point is known as focus. Fixed point is denoted by S, which is known as focus. This is the fixed straight line. This is the fixed straight line, which is known as directrix, which is known as directrix, which is known as directrix, which is known as directrix. Fixed point is known as focus or foci. Another name, foci. Fixed point is known as focus. Fixed point. Fixed point. Fixed point is known as focus or foci. This is the fixed straight line. This is the fixed straight line, which is known as directrix. Which is known as directrix. That's why. What is directrix? The fixed straight line is known as directrix. Fixed point is known as focus. Fixed point is known as focus or foci, which is generally denoted by S. Which is generally denoted by S. Let us now give the definition. What is focus? What is focus? That is, fixed point is known as focus and the fixed straight line is known as directrix. Fixed straight line is known as directrix. In the above definition, it is seen that conic is the locus of a point. Conic is the locus of a point which moves in a plane so that the ratio of the distance from a fixed point and a fixed straight line, the ratio of the distance from the moving point. This is the moving point, px, y. This is the distance from the moving point to fixed point, and this is the directrix, the distance from the moving point to directrix. This is the distance from the moving point to focus. That's why conic is the locus of a point which moves in a plane so that the ratio of the distance from the fixed point and the fixed straight line, fixed point to moving point. This is fixed point to moving point and moving point to fixed straight line is always constant, which is generally denoted by SP divided by PM equal to E. The distance from the moving point to fixed point and moving point to directrix always constant, which is generally denoted by E. Where E is known as eccentricity. Again, replying the distance, the ratio of the distance from the fixed point and fixed straight line, fixed point to moving point and moving point to directrix is always constant. This constant ratio is generally denoted by E, where E equal to eccentricity. Where E is known as eccentricity. Let us now give the definition of focus. What is focus? Fixed point is known as focus. Again, I reply. And fixed straight line is known as directrix. Fixed straight line is known as directrix. In this case, if E equal to 1, if equal to 0, then it will be circle. It will be circle. Number 2, if equal to the 1, then it will be parabola. Condition: if equal to 0, in this case it represents a circle. It represents a circle or indicates a circle. Number 2, if equal to 1, in this case it will represent a parabola. It will be a parabola. Again I reply, if equal to 0, then it will be circle. Number 2, if equal to 1, in this case, then it will be parabola. Again, if number 3, if 0 less than e less than 1, then it will be ellipse. Number 4, if 0 less than e less than 1, that is e greater than 1. If e greater than 1, then it will be hyperbola. Again reply, if equal to 0, then it will be circle or it indicates a circle. Number 2, if equal to 1, in this case it will be a parabola equal to 1, that is SP equal to PM. Number 3, if 0 less than e less than 1, then it will be ellipse. Number 4, if e greater than 1, that is, then it will be a hyperbola. This is the condition of conic. Again I reply, if equal to 0, then it will be circle. Number 2, if equal to 1, then it will be parabola. If 0 less than e less than 1, in this case it will be ellipse. Again I reply, if e greater than 1, then it will be hyperbola. This is the obtained properties from the definition of conic. Let us now give the definition of eccentricity. What is eccentricity? Again I reply, this is the constant ratio which is generally denoted by E, where E equal to eccentricity, here E equal to 0. In this case it will be a circle. Number 2, if E equal to 1, then it will be a parabola. Number 3, condition 3, that is properties 3, if 0 less than e less than 1, then it will be a ellipse. Number 4, if e greater than 1, then it will be hyperbola. In this case, let us now give the definition of eccentricity. What is the eccentricity? Eccentricity. The constant ratio is called the eccentricity. What is eccentricity? The constant ratio is called the eccentricity. The constant ratio is known as eccentricity. Where? Again I draw the figure. this is the fixed point, this is the moving point x comma y, this is the perpendicular distance from the moving point to the directrix. That is, therefore eccentricity is generally denoted by E equal to SP divided by PM, SP divided by PM, SP divided by PM. Again I reply, what is focus? Now give the definition of focus. What is focus? The fixed point. This is the fixed point. The fixed point. The fixed point is called the focus. Fixed point. What is focus? The fixed point. This is the fixed point. The fixed point is called the focus. The fixed point is called the focus. This which is generally denoted by S. Which is generally denoted by S. Again, I reply. What is focus? The fixed point is called the focus. What is directrix? Directrix. Let us now give the directrix. Directrix, the fixed straight line. This is the fixed straight line. This is the fixed straight line MZ M prime. The fixed straight line. Straight line is called directrix. Fixed straight line is called directrix. The fixed straight line. This is MZ M prime is a fixed straight line. The fixed straight line is called the directrix. In the above figure, it is seen that MZ M prime is a fixed straight line. This is known as the directrix. That's why from above figure MZ M prime, in the figure MZ M prime is the directrix. Is the directrix. Is the directrix. That is, directrix is generally denoted by MZ M prime. MZ M prime. From the above figure, it is seen that this is the fixed point, which is known as focus, and directrix. From the above figure, it is crystal clear that MZ M prime is the directrix. Therefore, we can say that MZ M prime is the directrix. Again, I reply. This is the moving point, the distance from the moving point to fixed point, and the distance from the moving point to directrix. This is known as conic, and this is the fixed point, which is known as focus, and this is the fixed straight line. The fixed straight line is known as directrix. Fixed line is known as directrix. And the eccentricity. What is the definition of eccentricity? The constant ratio is called the eccentricity, which is generally denoted by E. That's why from the figure it is seen that the distance SP divided by PM equal to E, where E is called the eccentricity. Thanks everybody. Stay home, stay safe.